Hey, I'm Kev must have come. Welcome back to MotoGP 18, where Mayo's with a new team, with the Sky Racing Team VR46, alongside Pecco Bagnaia and Luca Marini, hopefully going for the title alongside Bagnaia, with Marini picking up some solid points along the way. Let's see if they can get off to a good start then with his new team round the South International Circuit in Qatar. As here we are for his qualifying effort. As you can probably tell, unfortunately, Mike messed up over qualifying, but he will be back for the race. So there's a South International Circuit, very tricky circuit, very modern circuit as well. It's technical, it's about second, third gear corners mostly, and in the past, McDonald hasn't been the best round here, even though he had a very good debut round here in Moto2 on the Sniker's bike, getting 6th place. It was probably his best result with that team before he moved to KTM. So we'll see if we can at least match that up with his new outfit, but with a year's worth of Moto2 experience, he should be maybe aiming for the podium, maybe even the win. We'll find out, as he's got to beat Olivier's 58.4. He started off very well in the first set, and you'll see in the first half of the lap, it seems to be that's where McDonald is the strongest, and then in the second half of the lap, it kind of fades away slightly compared to his opponents. But he's hitting all the apexes here. It's very different to his Moto2 debut. He's actually getting the bike into the corners nicely. It seems like this new bike seems to be working well with McDonald, definitely suiting his riding style. He's done a personal best in sector 2, but it's a couple of tenths down on Oliveira now. Taking too much curb there, not a good run down this bendy back straight before the free right hand. Is very tricky sequence to get right, because if you mess up this first corner, you're just messing up the rest of the corners as well. You're just chasing the bike through here, but he's hit first two apexes pretty well. And as you can see, he's half a second back, so another personal best, but you can see that time slipping away as this lap goes towards its finish. And into the final sector now, you just got a couple of corners, the left-hander, and then you're accelerating hard for the final corner. Maybe try and dive down the inside here in the race to maybe make a move, or maybe just back off and then set up for a great run down this long start-finish straight. You can see a bit wide from McDonald, trying to set up that corner again for early acceleration for a good run off the corner, and it doesn't look like it's going to be a match in Olivier. He's in the 59s at least. He is a 59.6, which only gets him 9th on the grid as Olivier grabs pole ahead of Binder and Marquez. Then Baldassarre, Vergate and Mir. Then Shirota, those of a decent qualifying from the Brit ahead of McDonald. So he's the best of the VR46 riders at least, as McDonald, but perhaps would have been like to be in the top 5. He's matching his ex-teammates there right at the top. Then you've got Bassini round out the top 10 of Corsi and Navarro. Then it's Gardner, Fanati, Bagnaia on the 5th row. Very disappointing from the tail on the title hopefuls. Then Barbera, Locatelli and Marini on the 6th row. Then it's Vinales. Aldendale rounds out the top 20 on his NTS. Decent qualifying ahead of the speed up of Quartaro. Then Roberts, Nakashima and Paoli. Then Eno, Ben Snyder in 27th ahead of Fugolini and Granado. And then we've got Manzi and Ika leading 11th row behind Danny Kent. Shocking qualifying for one of the standouts from last year. Agata right at the back as well, alongside Kuradin. So let's see what McDonald can do on his debut. Can he grab a podium? Oh, look at that bollocks. Of course, it's McDonald at the top, then Bagnaia and Marini. Get it right. Let's here's McDonald revving up for the first time on board his new machine as season 2 of his Moto2 career gets underway. With a decent start, but here comes Navarro's, who got 6 laps in Qatar. Looks like he's dropping back behind Bassini though, as he goes for the wide line. And he makes it 4 wide as he slots in alongside his teammate Bagnaia and Corsi. He's out of the top 10. Or is he, as he gets past Navarro? Trying to let past Bassini as well. And Shirota round the outside of everyone he's going. Oh, there's all too much curb there though. Well, he gets up into 8th. It's a decent first lap in the end for McDonald maybe, as he nicks down the inside of Shirota. And Mir, now he's got his ex-teammates in front. It's gone a bit wide though. There you go, McDonald. But so has Binder, I presume that is. Yep. So gets right the South African's business. Lets him know he's there. Link to the outside.
Almost goes hits from behind. At the top 6, try and sneak away from the rest. Oh, very fast into that corner, but a bit missing the apex. Again into the second right as well. Not a good sector for McDonald, but he hit the final apex well. Just 2 corners gone. He's opening up aboard the VR46 machine. And he's already exploring the track limits as well on this bike. The Shirota makes his way down the inside while Olivia battles with Verge for third. As he cross the line, McDonald, is he going to sneak sip? He is. Just ahead of Shirota, Mir, Bassini, Bagnai rounds out the top 10. As Marcus leads ahead of Oliveira. Well, his teammates trying to make the move on Shirota. Doesn't work out. We've got Baldassari as well. In 4th. As they go 3 wide into the right hand and McDonald wins out. So good first sector from McDonald, getting back that 6th place and holding on. But it's the first 2 sectors where he's got to make the sunshine. That's very tight into that left hand. You've got some bumps as well. On the inside can really unsettle the bike. As Lowe's gets into the top 10 of the Bagnaia. It's not a good race for the other VR46 machines as McDonald somehow holds that one. How's he still upright? He's trying to chase down the top 5. Where you going, McDonald? Once again, brakes are his weakness. And he's absolutely horrible in the brakes. As Marcus down from the lead. Oh, Alex. You're never going to win a Moto2 title doing that, mate. You made mistakes last season, but notably in 5th Island, I remember. He's doing it again. So Baldassari leads ahead of Oliveira. Looks like. Was that Verge coming through? The Spaniard on the Dynavolt machine. Fancies a piece of the action as Bagnaia ahead of those behind. Shirota ahead of Mir. McDonald all by himself lonesome in 5th. As he crossed the line, it's Baldassari, Oliveira, Verge, Binder, McDonald. With those round out the top 10 behind Bagnaia. And Bassini, while Mir and Shirota behind for 6th. So into the left hand, and look at that worn front. As he goes for the right hand, had to give the space to Shirota. As the gap in front is growing. Over a second to Binder. And that's after his good sector of the lap. Noah's got some work to do in these middle laps. To get hold on to the top 5 and then catch up to the top 4. As Baldassari takes the lead from Oliveira. Binder just sitting there in 4th. Seems to be he's doing his waiting game this race. Not wanting to interfere with the action. Just sitting there, maybe saving some tyres. That's once again where you go, McDonald. Absolutely abysmal. Maybe he needs to hold on to 2nd instead of going up to 3rd. I think that's what's throwing him. He did that in qualifying, as you saw, and it actually worked. So he's got to do that in the race, as that's way too much curb. Compromises him into the next right as well, as he got to slow down a bit more, being on a curb that high. We actually gained in that sector on Binder. So he's in the rhythm now. And these middle laps again, that's where he's his strongest. These middle 2 around the halfway mark. Middle 2 or 3. Well, he's going to lose out on this front straight. It's Alex Marks ahead of his fellow countryman. Up to 11. having a good race, up to 19th. A quarter hour from the back. So a big gain at that, 1.1 back. So here we go, into the second half of the race. Can McDonald close up to that battle for third. They're starting to pair up in front. Don using all the curb. He's really pushing his Mears, dropping back behind Bagnaia. And look at McDonald almost to the back of Binder now. And he has a sloppy double right. Can never be consistent, that rider. And a bit wide in the hairpin. As behind Jules Danilo down the Frenchman. His quest for points continues ever longer. It's a side by side in front. Why are you not on their tail, McDonald? You're 1.2 back. You lost 4/10 that sector. Poor sector from McDonald. And again, just not patient in the middle of the corner. Not setting up these exits. As Mir down behind. Oh, what a horror show for the Mark VDS team. Marquez from the lead, Mir from 8th. Now might even score points, the young Spaniard. Spadon pushing hard towards this top 3. The top 4, should I say. This Binder takes third from Virgo. McDonald should be on the tail getting slipstream, but he's not. He cost himself almost a second that lap. As he sets a 58 with it. No, 59.1. He's got Shirota Piscini behind. Bagnaia those. Alex Marquez back into the top 10. But not where he should be. He's on the penultimate lap. McDonald's so lazy into that left hand. It can be much more aggressive. As they're still side by side in front. And you see he's less than a second behind. Now can he nail this double right and set up this sector much better than the previous lap? Then he could be in with a shout of a podium on his debut. For the VR46 team, and look at that, he is on the tail end of Verge and Binder. Why couldn't he do this the previous lap? Has he got a three-way fight for third? But all with one of his favourite riders in this class, Binder, and in Verge, he's had a couple of run-ins with as well in the past. He's thinking down the inside the Spaniard already. Into the fast right. Lots of curb. And takes it into the next right. Now, next up is Binder. They're still not that far off the top 2, but I think with only that remaining, it may be too late to catch up to them. This is what McDonald needs, slipstream for this front stretch. As he goes a bit wide. Oh, tries to cut back, but the bike doesn't like it. Oh, he's cost himself his slipstream. What have you done? You're going it to Verge instead. As he going to the final lap of the race. Battle for the podium's heating up. Battle for the top spot is already that boarding point between Oliveira and Baldassarre. As what are you doing, Verge? Poor choice there from the Spaniard. Just going for the takedown on McDonald. To be fair, McDonald probably would have done that to him last season, but this is a new McDonald after an off-season with Rossi. He's only going to kick riders off if he needs to. As he go through the double right. He's right in the real tracks of Binder. And there, managed to control the wheel spin nicely as well from that hairpin. The front tyre's gone all over again. He leans so much on the front, McDonald. That's something he's got to look at in the setup. Especially with Argentina coming up. Could be a slip and slide on that final lap, like he experienced last season. Experienced in Valencia last lap of last season as well, as Gardner and Mir battling over 17th. McDonald battling over some champagne. With Brad Binder, how sweet would this be if he beats his former teammate? He's right in the real track sort of South African, takes a look. Never finding room there in the right-hander. He does into the left. Late move. So he's in third, but can he hold on to it? To the line. So he holds the right-hander. Neck and neck with Binder. As he go towards the line, who's going to grab third? Who's going to grab the victory? It's Oliveira and it's McDonald. Just there, the Binder drags his ex-teammate to the line with Baldassarri completing the podium. Fantastic race. As Oliveira beats Baldassarri by 3/10 of a second, while McDonald beats Binder by 11 thousandths of a second. And Nuke's best laps as well, right up there. The top guys, especially on the 4th and 5th lap. So in the second half of the race, when the tyres were completely gone, apparently, he was setting his best lap times. Very interesting to see. Just a bit like the second half of last season as well on board that KTM. He just came alive in the second half of races. Then we've got Verge in 5th ahead as teammate Schrotter, with Bagnaia recovering to 7th after a poor qualifying. Alex Marquez recovering to 8th after a poor crash in the race, with Bassini and those running out in the top 10 of Navarro, Locatelli, Hector Barber. One Mir somehow grabbed a couple of points as there was a mad scramble for the final point between the Italians, but of course he beats his teammate Fanati, or his fellow countryman Fanati, by 2 thousandths of a second. You thought Binder and McDonald was close. Ika just missing out on a point, but a good race after qualifying in the back row of the grid. Marini nowhere in 18th ahead of Remy Gardner and Odendahl. Then Benson a quarter ride down in 22nd. Not a good race for speed up. Paoli, Nakashima, Roberts, Corradin, Vinales, Fugarini, Granado. Agata just trapped down at the back of the field along with Manzi, Ken and Jules De Niro. So the standings are as you would expect, but if you've forgotten about the point system, 25 for win, 20 for second, 16 for third, 13 for fourth, 11 for fifth, and then point increments down to 15th. So fantastic debut for McDonald. He's getting that first rider status ahead of Bagnaia after that, no doubt. He's up to level 84 for own position and for manager, 85 for brakes manager, and 86 for the angle, and lots of development points for the team as well. And then McDonald out rotation enhanced as Marquez won the MotoGP race ahead of Dovi and Vinales. Riding Moto3 was Bezzecchi ahead of Martin and Bassini. So 3 different nationalities winning for once. And what will McDonald enhance for Argentina? He got 9,000 development points. So could it be the brakes, the suspension, the frame, or the aerodynamics, which he enhanced last season with KTM? But I'm not sure they really did help in the final races of the season. Yeah, he won in Australia and Malaysia, but that's more due to him just being naturally good around those circuits rather than I feel that it didn't really help the bike stay stable at the beginning of races and out of corners. So not sure we go the aerodynamic route this season. Maybe looking more to the brakes, because you saw he outbraked himself a few times, and that poor lap he had on lap 3 maybe cost him a chance at victory, battling with Oliveira and with Baldassarri on that final lap when he was right behind Binder and Virgo battling like a hell for third. So does he increase the braking power or prevent the wheels from blocking when braking, or locking up when braking? Maybe increase the braking power at first, shall we? Because it was the slow corners he really struggled at. It was those tight left-handers. So they got a couple of those round Argentina, or a couple of tight right-handers. So we'll see if the increased braking power will help him next time. But a fantastic start to his career on the VR46 machine. He's already battling Bagnaia for that number 1 spot in the team. Be interested to see who comes out on top in Argentina next time. But thanks for watching, and we'll find out then.